What's up, fragrant world, and welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. And yes, you saw in the title, today I'm sharing with you 6 fragrances I have been dying to smell for years, for absolute years. And I finally was able to get my nose on them in decant form. And this is as a thanks to YUNIQU, who I'm going to talk about very briefly. YUNIQU is a fragrance subscription service similar to ones you've heard about like Scentbird or Luxury Scent Box. It's again a monthly subscription service where you pay a fee each month and you get a month's supply of fragrance. Now again, there's a lot of these out here, so how did they set themselves apart? Well, one thing that YUNIQU is doing is that they're focusing solely on niche and luxury fragrances, which I'm thoroughly interested in because that's kind of where my nose is going. I'm looking for real interesting stuff that's going to make me smell different and unique.
Ah, I see what you did there.
And these 6 fragrances that I requested are fragrances that have been on my to try list again for years, and I'm so thrilled that I finally was able to get my nose on them. And YUNIQU did send me these fragrances again so I could share them in this video and talk about them with you guys. They are offering you 25% off your first month's subscription with this discount code JC25. There's a link down below, you can check it out. If you're interested in checking out their catalog, they have over 350 niche fragrances right now, and their collection is ever growing. They have wonderful brands like Boyce 1920, they have Aiden Bob, they have Frappon. I mean, you're going to see a lot of these here in this list. So we're going to talk about 6 fragrances I am thoroughly happy to be trying out. Some of them may turn into full bottles, but we'll see about that. We're going to dive into the first one here.
Oh, Justin, you forgot to mention the actual price for YUNIQU. So that's why I'm here, guys. YUNIQU is going to cost €17.95 per month. That equates to a little under $20 per month, but obviously with the discount you'll pay a little bit less than that for the first month. Justin, where would you be without me?
And just so you can see what you receive with your subscription to YUNIQU, your first month you would receive one of these little twist up sprayers that I'm sure you've seen again all over the place. This is branded YUNIQU. Twists up as so. These little cases you get every 7th month. You'll get a new one after your first one. And you also get this real nice velvet pouch, again with the branding, with the drawstring. Real easy to travel with. Feels nice in the hand.
Feels nice on the face too.
And the first fragrance we're going to be talking about here, again, this is 8 milliliters of whatever fragrance you want. This is Aiden Bob's Egypt, which I've been dying to try, as I said. This is an aromatic fougere. I'm going to spray it on this little card that comes with the fragrance. I assume that you would all receive this. Gives you a little bit of information on the back. You get the picture of the bottle. Again, some info about the fragrance itself and the house. I did forget to mention that YUNIQU is based in Germany, but they do have worldwide shipping, so nothing to worry about with that. So I'm going to spray this on. This was actually my scent of the day. This is again an aromatic fougere, so it's fresh and spicy, aromatic. You get lavender. Oh man, it's a little bit sweet. You got some spices like cardamom and nutmeg in there, which bring a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of cooling nature to it. It's a little bit creamy. That lavender is fresh and aromatic and up front. You got a little bit of patchouli, so it is grounded at the bottom with some earthiness and some slight woodiness. Man, this is gorgeous. Gorgeous stuff, super elegant, good performance on this. I'm so glad I was finally able to try it. In regards to barbershop style scents, this is one of my favorites right now. Might even be a little bit more so than At the Barber's from Margiela, which I do love, but we'll see. I'll keep testing it. And again, they have Egypt and many other fragrances from the House of Aiden Bob on the website. Up next, another fragrance that I've been dying to check out. And this is from a house that doesn't get much talk, but one that I have tried before, from the house of Frappon. And it is a great perfumer by the name of Sidonie Lancesser, who does a lot of their fragrances. One of them being Luministe, which is one of the more popular ones. And then there's this one, which gets a little bit of talk here and there. And this is called 1270. Man, this is a beautiful, beautiful scent. You're gonna get a fruitiness, lots of fruits. Pineapple is a major player here, but don't worry, this is not Brown Aventus. Don't worry about that. but you do get a nice kind of gourmand nature with honey in there. There's vanilla, there's plum, there's some woods and spices and resins. There's a lot of notes in this fragrance, but wow, ultimately it comes off very smooth, but super juicy and fruity up top. You get all this fruity nature. Pineapple screams the most, but it is honey-like. There you can get that honey right away. It is sweet. The vanilla adds a touch of creaminess. I don't get much of the spices, at least on paper, but on the skin, the spices come out a little bit more as it dries. This is one of those fragrances that is pretty light. It actually lasted decent on my skin, maybe about 6 hours, but it becomes a skin scent after the first hour. But it's so elegant, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And again, if you get these little cards, you get a little bit of information about the fragrance itself. Beautiful scent. So glad I'm checking it out. That is $12.70 from Frappan. Alrighty, up next, from the house of Parfum The Marley. You can just read it here, see it a little better. This is Percival. This is one of their new releases. I believe this came out earlier this year, if not last year. I don't remember exactly. They've been putting out some new fragrances as of late, but I'll put it down here. And I've been really wanting to smell this. I've actually gotten a bit of wear out of this one. I wore it to work several times. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, one thing I gotta say, I have to confirm some things that I heard about it when I was checking it out, seeing reviews before I smelled it. People said it kind of smelled like a slightly niche version of Mont Blanc Legend. And it does. It really does. This is not a complicated fragrance at all. It is composed a little bit in somewhat of a designer fashion. You have quite a bit of synthetic aroma chemicals in here, like ambroxan and hedione, but you do have some other naturals in there. You got some citruses like bergamot and orange. There's geranium in here. Lavender is big. I also do get a lot of violet. Brings kind of a sweetness to it as well. There's some woods and spices in there. It's kind of an aromatic woody scent. Kind of, again, basic, but really nice. I get good performance. It lasts a good 7-8 hours on me. And I can pretty much detect it the whole time, but it is light. It's not gonna push and get in people's faces. This is a lighter one, but really nice. I don't know if I'd get a bottle of it. It is, again, a little basic, but it's very pleasant and something that will definitely get you noticed and get you compliments. So that's Percival from Parfum The Marley. Up next, we have one that is great for the summertime, which is behind us at this point, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere. From the house of Bois 1920, this is Oltremare. I think is how you say it if it's Italian. This lady enjoys it too. This is one I heard about quite a bit over the years. Always wanted to smell it. It didn't really smell the way I expected it to. People had said it was going to be more aquatic, and even when you look at the bottle here, I mean, it's blue. It looks like it's maybe representing the ocean. I'm not sure what Oltremare means. I'll put it down here if I can find the translation. But this one is a little tropical. Tons of citruses, lots of lime and bergamot and bitter orange. It has an interesting heart, a lot of florals. You have geranium and hyacinth in here. There's some rhubarb and there's tea. The tea actually speaks a lot. The tea brings this kind of calm, slightly herbal nature to it. Really beautiful, hovering up top along with the citruses. And underneath you have actually a little bit of depth to it. You got some amber, you got some musk and some sandalwood down there. So it does hold its own as it dries. It's not just citrusy, floral, and then it disappears. It does have, again, some legs to it. And this is beautiful. Perfectly unisex. Anyone can wear this. Anyone can pull this off. A little bit casual to me, but really, really beautiful. And again, not what I expected, but great quality. Really loving the House of Bois 1920. So that is Oltremare. Now, this is one I was really, really anticipating smelling. This is from the House of Olfactive Studios. This is called Still Life in Rio. I still have yet to smell the original Still Life, but this is the one that I wanted to pick out of the two. And this is a beautiful scent. This is a vacation. It is spicy, but there's coconut and rum. It's boozy, it's sweet, again, kind of coconutty. There's some lemon, and there's some yuzu in here, so it does have a slight bitterness to it up top. But as it dries, you really get, as the booziness settles away, you get a little bit of that citrus, you get the coconut, you get the spice, and it also gets a little leathery as it dries. It's so different. It's such a different scent. I'm smelling it here on paper. I first smelled these all on skin, and I gotta say, it's good here, but it's even better on the skin. It really comes to life on the skin. That coconut and the rum brings that tropical nuance to it, but it does have the citrus in there, again, which brightens it up. The spices kick. They feel really good, and again, it gets a little leathery when it dries. Beautiful scent, a lot of character to this one. So that's Still Life in Rio from Olfactive Studio. And the last one up, this is from the house of Tiziana Terenzi. This is the bottle here, and this is called Laudanum Nero, and I believe that translates to black labdanum or dark labdanum. I'm actually wearing this one on my hand. Man, this one is a powerhouse. This is an extrait de parfum. It kicks, it's resinous, it's deep and rich and boozy, a little bit sweet, really boozy, definitely balsamic. A little smoky, there is some incense in here. And it has a bit of a dusty woodiness to it in the background. This is definitely one to wear in the winter time and to give it some room to breathe. It smells fantastic in the air. Up close, it's beautiful, but it is very pungent, and it's a little difficult to really enjoy each inhale because it's gonna just kind of smack your nostrils on the way in. But you smell this in the air, it is so elegant. This is it, man. I love this. I look forward to getting more wear out of this as it gets cold. So that is Laudanum Nero from Tiziana Terenzi. So once again, if you want to check out YUNIQU, there is the discount code. Again, JC25 for your first month being 25% off. There's a link down below. So check that out. Check out their catalog. You know, if you want to know for yourself, is this worth it? Look at the catalog. You're going to see some fragrances that maybe you have even wanted to try. And they're there, and again, they're growing their collection. So yeah, check out the website. YUNIQU has my vote. It is a little bit more expensive than some of the other subscription services out there, but again, you're paying for niche this time around, and you're paying for some brands that, again, maybe you would have a hard time sampling. So I would definitely recommend checking it out and use that discount code. You know, see what you think at your first month, and then write it out and see how you feel about it. Anyway, thank you to YUNIQU for allowing me to experience the services and these wonderful scents I've been dying to try. And thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.